Hello, ladies, and good evening. My name is Heather, and I'm a stylist with Color Street. And tonight I'm going to show you how to apply a set of Color Street nails. Tonight we're going to use Downtown Romance. My apologies because it doesn't mirror image flip it. This is actually a retired set that we were able to get a hold of this year. It is February 2023. So first off, we started by removing the old nail polish, and then I washed my fingernails, fingertips, everything like that, and I shaped them up. I do suggest definitely get one of those nail brushes if you don't already have one, and scrub them real good. So that gets all of the grime away, everything like that, oils on your hands, that kind of thing. So we shaped up the nails. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go in with our cuticle pusher. I generally will use the soft one. It's like got a rubber silicone type of feel to it. And what we're doing right now is just pushing back our cuticles. So you don't want to trim your cuticles, cut off your cuticles, anything like that. That's not good for them. You just want to push them back so that when you get that strip on there, when your nails start to grow out, you're not going to get a gap at the back of your nail as fast because you have that strip as close to but not on top of the cuticle as you can. So the reason I decided to record this now is my full-time job. I work night shift, so it's currently after midnight. I'm off tonight, but it's still quite late, and so I didn't want to go live too late and end up waking everybody up. Alright, cuticles pushed back. Now, you want to take your alcohol prep pad. Anytime you buy a set, it's going to give you an alcohol prep pad. It also gives you a little emery board. Mine are well used, but an oval emery board. So this, again, you're just in here to get any remaining potentially dust because you had shaved your nails down with the emery board, any remaining oils, anything like that off your fingernails before you apply. It just helps the strips stick better. Oh, and the reason I'm a little bit more dressed up tonight than usual is because we went out to go see Titanic 3D tonight. So I'm a big Titanic fan and decided that's what I was gonna do. Let's dress up all pretty. I have my Heart of the Ocean. Alright, so got that on. So this is Color Street's new nail strengthener. They got this, I think, May of last year. Yes, it premiered in May of last year because I was actually out of the state the day it came out. Alright, so then it basically works like a normal wet nail polish, but it's super fast drying. I will say I'm not the best on keeping keeping up with a skincare routine, keeping up with makeup trends, or anything like that. But this is something that I had never used before, was a nail strengthener, and I feel like it has helped me. That's just my personal experience. Maybe you have your own, maybe you find your own. But we do have the nail strengthener available on the website. My particular website is colorstreet.com/honeybeesnails. So colorstreet.com, H as in honey, O as in opera, N as in Nancy, E as in everyone, Y as in yak, B as in boy, E as in everyone, E as in everyone, S as in Sam, N as in nails, A as in alpha, I as in indigo, S as in Sam. Alright, so we're just getting that coat on here, on my left side right now. Let me prop this down a little bit better so you can see what I'm doing. I'm not left-handed, so I'm a little less coordinated with my left hand, but it is doable. That's one thing I will greatly appreciate Color Street for, is even though I'm not left-handed, my left hand nail, or excuse me, my right hand nails can still look as pretty as my left hand ones. Now I have difficulty for whatever reason on my ring finger on my my right hand. I can never get that one lined up as straight as the others. Alright, so nail strengthener applied. Put this on here. Excuse me. Alright. One thing I will suggest is, if you haven't already, graduate from your basic emery boards that, I mean, they're basically like sandpaper, right? To a glass nail file. Because a glass nail file is going to seal in those keratins, and so it gives you a much cleaner finish on your nails. Plus, you also want to go just one direction if at all possible. It's just better for your nails if you do it that way. Okay. We're just going to give it a second longer here. And while that's working, we're going to open our package. Again, this particular pack is called Downtown Romance. So like I said, you're going to get your oval emery board, you're going to get your nail prep pad, and you're going to get your strips of nails. Just gently tearing those off. And again, my apologies because everything's backwards. They do include your base coat, the color or design, glitters, solids, whichever you picked, and then your top coat. So you actually don't need a top coat. Some people will put the nail strengthener over it again. I generally don't. I just put it on the base of the nail, but that's entirely up to you if you would choose to do that. They are made of 100% real nail polish, and there's no dry time, though there is kind of a finishing time. And the reason for that is because while the vast majority of it is dry, there's a small percentage of it that's still, I don't know if I'd call it damp, but damp enough to be pliable, because obviously they need to be workable. If they were completely dry, they wouldn't stick on your fingers. All right, so let me get started here. I'm just going to cut a slit with my clippers. Oh, excuse me. It's like a hiccup. All right. So inside, instead of just one strip, you actually do get 2 strips. And they're various sizes. So like, for example, there's 2 thumb sizes that if maybe your thumb is a little bit wider than this one, you can use this one because it is technically slightly wider. Some people like me, my pinky is way too big for this tiny little one here. So I'll generally use this one on my pinky. But it gives you 8 in one thing, 8 in one strip. So you get 16 all together to be able to apply to your nails. All right, so let's get started. So we're gonna rip this off and set it aside because, again, like I said, that one's a little bit too small for my nails. I'm gonna use this one here. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna stick your, I stick my thumb under it. You're going to peel off, there's a little plastic film on here. Peel off the plastic film, set it aside. Hot tip, I haven't actually done it or tried it yet. I have to get myself one, go from there. But this is a little bit more sheer than I thought. I could put like a white underneath that. Oh well, too late now. There we go. Give me 1 second here, we'll get it applied and then I'll continue. Alright, so you're literally just going to stick it down, right like that. Kind of smooth over it. Your thumb is one of your biggest tools in doing color street. And you're going to use your thumb to break the seam there, or make a seam rather, along the edge of your nail. I cut my nails rather short today because I kind of have to trim them back or they end up getting broken when they do break. Because I actually work at a processing plant for the U.S. Postal Service as my full-time job. So I'm constantly, like, it's like a facility, like any other type of plant. And some of my nails are a little bit more apt to take a beating at work. Alrighty. And that's just it. It's very simple, easy to do. The reason you want to give it that like extra dry time, which is about 30 minutes to an hour, they suggest do not wash your hands or like take a shower, like submerge your hands in water basically, or use lotions, that kind of thing, for up to an hour, but usually 30 minutes is good. Afterwards, the reason that they suggest that is because, like I said, it's mostly dry, but they need to be pliable, and that gives it that extra time to kind of harden and cure on top of your nails. So next one, again, we're just going to use the film, pick up the little purple strip, peel it off, set it aside. And the bonus trick that I was trying to tell you there about is to get a lint roller, and you just stick them right on the lint roller. But I gotta go pick one up specifically for that purpose, I suppose. Just a cheap one would do rather than some of the nicer ones. And then again, we're just using our thumb, going along the end, creating a seam, and gently tearing it off. There is because they're double-ended strips, there is another end on here, another sort of old end. So you can actually tear that gently. Alright, so again, back as far as you can. And then, okay, that one actually went on pretty well. I'm usually a little bit more difficulty with this particular nail because I'm not left-handed. And for whatever reason, it seems to only be this one. And I'm just kind of, as I'm tearing off these little bits, sorry, it's sticking up my finger here. There we go. Setting them aside. Excuse me. Okay, now I think I'm going to use this particular one on my middle finger. So again, peel the film off. And they're so easy and on the go, it is crazy. Like, I've taken a set of Color Street to the car dealership. I've done my nails at the car dealership while I'm waiting for my oil to be changed, or like a state inspection, that kind of thing. I've taken my nails over to my boyfriend's house and done them there. I've taken my nails on car rides. You can apply them in the car. That's how awesome they are. And they're, you know, you can get them in designs too. It's not just a super basic, like, single color type of thing. Alrighty, so again, trying to turn my nail so you can see it here. Alright, I really like this XOXO, so I think I'm going to use that on my pointer. So again, peel the film off. Set that aside. Thumbnail under the silver tab. Okay. We're just gently tearing that seam again, setting that little silver tab aside. And then we're going to put that, sorry, it's a lot more difficult to try to angle. Let me place it first, okay, on this side and actually show you. And again, pulling it back, just gently putting our fingernail. And I'm not necessarily, I guess pulling is not necessarily the right word. I'm not necessarily pulling it. I'm literally just putting my thumbnail under it and cutting the seam. And that's all you have to do to cut them, perforate them. Okay, so generally I'll use this one because this one is slightly bigger than my thumb. But I think in this case I kind of like, especially since I got the XOXO on my pointer finger, I kind of like the heart. So I'm going to use that this time. So last one, we're just going to peel the film off. Thumbnail under the silver tab. Peel it off of the white backing. And just like that. And then gently tear at the seam. That one's being a little bit extra sticky. All right. And then, see, this is how I'm kind of perforating that. Sorry, there was a little silver bit that got stuck on it. I don't know if you can even see that in the camera or not. All right. And then this one, since it usually we're working with the tip of our thumbs, I generally will press this down like with my thumb pad rather than my thumbnail, because I don't want to mess up my other nail that I just applied. One other tip, keep in mind that as they dry and cure, the strips will shrink a little bit. So if you've got a little bit of overage, like say there we've got a little bit of overage, here we've got a little bit of overage, that's okay. Now I'm trying to get the bulk of it off right now, but it's not going to stick to your skin. It will right now because it's wet, but once it dries, it won't stick to your skin. So I'm just kind of trying to rub at it a little bit. But if there's little bits that are on your skin, that's okay. All right. And that's it. That's Color Street Downtown Romance for you. Now, these ones, some people that have long nails, they'll use an entire thing, set of strips, excuse me, for their one hand, and then another set, or another strip for their other hand, excuse me. Like I said, I keep mine pretty short. If you reseal them, just make sure that there's zero air in them. Color Straight can't guarantee anything after they're resealed, so just be aware of that. But if you do it properly, make sure there's no air in it. You can reuse these other bits that you didn't use. The extra 3 that we pulled off, because we only have 5 fingers on each hand. And also the other set of strips. So you can get a good value out of having a Color Straight manicure rather than your run-of-the-mill liquid polish manicure at a salon. So I'm just going to stick them back in here in a second, and then reseal them. Some people have used hair straighteners, even curling irons. I personally have a bag sealer, like for your potato chip bags, that I will run across it and it seals it up. And then you can come back and use it later. You can even do mixed manis, where you're putting a couple different nail sets on your hands to make it. But this one's a design, so I didn't want to go too wild on that because it's already got different designs with it. So thank you everyone for watching. Let me pan back to my face, sorry. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever it is for you. Have a great day. Bye.